covering Northern California. You're watching Action News Now, coverage you can count on.
New details about the water in 1 Mile Sycamore Pool in Chico and what officials are now saying about its safety.
Plus, new at 6, green transportation grant money is headed our way. What it means for EV charging and getting around by bike.
And strong winds and stormy conditions are driving up the fire risk in our region as we track new fires. Now a live look over Trinity County from the Hayfork Lookout Alert California camera, where we're seeing, you can just see the clouds there, strong thunderstorm activity underway.
Our chief meteorologist, Howie Gordon, is staying on top of the risk. Howie, what do people who live in that area need to know right now?
We are looking at flash flood warnings in central Trinity County, so a lot of moisture, a lot of rain, and I've been firsthand, I've been stuck in a flash flood before. Nothing in the way of injury or death, but my car was gone in a matter of minutes. Water just poured right in the car, and that's the least of a concern. You have to be careful. Flooding, very, very dangerous, especially flash flooding. Fast-moving water is very, very powerful. But here's what we have in central Trinity County near Weaverville. We have the severe thunderstorms with 60-mile-per-hour winds, half-inch to 1-inch size hail, and then obviously the heavy downpour, and then the lightning and the thunder, the lightning that's going to strike dry areas potentially that could cause some fires. So again, these storms moving about 10 miles per hour southeast away from Weaverville. Again, very strong storms in central Trinity County near Weaverville. Temperature-wise, on the hot side, that's contributing to the thunderstorms and the red flag warnings in the area. Winds overall, not that bad, but we'll give you the latest update on these storms coming up in just a few minutes.
All right, thanks, Howie.
Well, we've been tracking the Summit Fire in Siskiyou County, which has grown to about 6 acres. The Klamath National Forest says smoke jumpers are in action right now with additional ground resources en route.
Yeah, there are 2 evacuation orders in place for zones SIS 1414 and SIS 2100, plus some evacuation warnings too. Just find that link on our website, actionnewsnow.com, to see the latest evacuation information in real time. And more than 2,600 lightning strikes hit Siskiyou County late yesterday into early evening. CAL FIRE Siskiyou County says 5 new fires were reported. They've reached containment on 4 of them. The only one not yet fully contained is the Perch Fire, which has grown to about 25 acres. It's now 35% contained. Well, we've been following reports of people getting sick from E. coli, they say, after swimming at Sycamore Pool. These have been coming in since last week. Now, the city first told us that the water in Chico there was tested and that it was safe. Now,
the city has issued advisory warning people not to get in the water. Action News Now reporter Nathan Espandula is live now at 1 Mile Recreation Area. So first they said it's safe, now they're saying don't swim. What's changed, Nathan?
Alan, the reason for the swimming advisory is that Butte County Public Health did their own calculations using the results of tests done here at the Sycamore Pool, and the result of their calculations came out above the safe threshold. Usually the city of Chico is responsible for calculating the test results measured against the weekly threshold, and that threshold is 320 MPN, which means most probable number per milliliter. However, Butte County Public Health did its own calculations using an average overtime threshold over the past 6 weeks. The results of the calculations made by Public Health showed an average of 269 MPN of E. coli. I spoke with the Parks and Natural Resources Manager of the City of Chico, Shane Romaine. He said that despite the average results being above the safe threshold, shutting down the pool isn't an option right now. The mother of a 13-year-old boy who is currently in the hospital with E. coli thinks this is outrageous.
They need to close it. And I won't stop. I will not stop. And they can get mad. The community can get mad. I understand it's a prized gem of our community, but you know what? No prized gem or fun recreational thing or anything like that matter is worth anybody's child's life or family member or sickness.
Jenkins told me she is convinced that her son got E. coli after swimming at the Sycamore Pool last month. And I spoke with Lisa Almaguer, the Butte County Public Health Public Information Officer. She told me that public health is still only aware of 2 cases of E. coli that could be linked to the Sycamore Pool. However, she did say that it was because of those 2 cases that public health decided to run their own calculations, which resulted in the swimming advisory. Live in Chico, Nathan Espindula, Action News Now.
Thank you, Nathan. Butte County Public Health urges that anyone who thinks that they may have become sick from the pool, they should say that you should report it to the county and then seek medical help. PETA is suing the Barry R. Kirshner Wildlife Foundation northeast of Oroville. We told you in March when PETA brought up claims of animal welfare. Action News Now reporter Sade Pullen joins us live there off Durham Pence Road in Butte County. Sade, when was this lawsuit actually filed?
So, Alan, PETA filed the lawsuit just this morning, alleging that the sanctuary is trying to regain back the animals that were removed back in February and March. In February and March, that's when State Fish and Wildlife was investigating the sanctuary for animal welfare violations. The agency allowed Kirshner to have some animals moved to other facilities. PETA now claims that the Kirshner Foundation is trying to get those same animals back even after their license was revoked by the state. Jonathan Morris from PETA says their goal is to prevent the transfer of any protected species to the sanctuary and to get them shut down for good. When I asked California Fish and Wildlife about the sanctuary trying to regain animals, I was told they knew nothing about it. The lawsuit also alleges that Kirshner's owners sold the premises late last year to a subsidiary, a Nevada-based adult entertainment conglomerate, Genre Enterprises. PETA claims that the Kirshner Sanctuary and its successors are now attempting to reclaim the animals and send them back to the facility under the management of Genre Enterprises. Now, when I talked to the Butte Clerk Records Office, they told me that the premise, and I asked if the premises were sold to the subsidiary, they told me that they could not find anything and they redirected me online. When I went online myself, I could not find anything as well, so I'm still trying to see if that is true or not. Reporting live in Butte County, Sade Pullen, Action News Now.
Very interesting. Thank you, Sade. We did reach out to the Kirshner Foundation, but they declined to give a statement today. New tonight, the Chico Police Department Crisis Response Unit arrested Sergio Rivera Hernandez for assault with a deadly weapon and false imprisonment. Started June 27th, just before 11 p.m., when Chico police officers responded to a call at a business on Manzanita Court about a domestic violence incident involving a gun. Officers say that's where they tracked down the 32-year-old Chico man after he physically assaulted someone, fired 2 shots into the air. And that's all happened very close to a child. Then the man took off. Additional arrest charges include corporal injury on a spouse and shooting off a gun in a grossly negligent manner.
3 people were arrested for killing a man whose body was found in a shallow grave in Modoc County. Police say Christina Love, Darrell Chambers, and Benjamin Kaiser are the suspects that officials say killed Emmanuel Pochilski in Davis Creek. Pochilski was last seen June 11th, and police received a report that he was possibly murdered on June 24th. On Friday, a hunter found Pochilski's body near Plum Valley Campground.
The Tehama County Grand Jury has made accusations that could cost District 3 Supervisor Patty Nolan her seat on the board. Action News Now reporter Jesse Angelo is live in Red Bluff. So, Jesse, what did the grand jury find?
Well, Alan, Supervisor Nolan is now facing 3 charges in civil court after a nearly 8-month-long investigation by the Tehama County Grand Jury into the District 3 Supervisor. Tehama County District Attorney Matthew Rogers filed the charges that include illegal recording of closed session discussions, intoxication while in the performance of her duties, and illegal removal of confidential material from a closed session meeting. District Attorney Rogers tells me what happens next. Take a listen.
And so the grand jury has this authority so that they can be the watchdog. They can watch out for the public interest. And I think it's important for people to realize that's what happened here.
District Attorney Rogers also said that she can refute those allegations in court and that she will be given a jury trial if she chooses to do so. Also said that, reminded people, this is not a criminal charge at this point. This is a civil court case that the remedy would be removal from office. Rogers said, though, that he will consider filing criminal charges at a future time. Nolan did provide us a written statement where she refers to this action as a political witch hunt and says, quote, "This is a political act dressed up in prosecutorial clothing." She also says that she intends to keep her seat and looks forward to her day in court. Live in Red Bluff, Jesse Angelo, Action News Now.
All right, thanks for sorting that all out for us, Jesse. Nolan's first civil court appearance is scheduled for August 12th.
Tomorrow in an Action News Now exclusive, Sherry Papini answers your questions for the very first time at the local level. Investigators said, well, oh, look on her Pinterest, she does wood burning, and that's something that you've done before, crafting, right? And he says, oh, she told me to go buy tools. What is your take on all of that?
Well, I think it's similar to if someone was murdered with a baseball bat, you would go out and arrest everybody that plays baseball.
I sat down with the Reading mom who made national headlines. We'll bring you extensive clips from the interview here throughout all of our newscasts tomorrow from the morning through the evening, and we'll release the full unedited interview as an episode of Straight from the Source on our homepage, our YouTube page, or any podcast platform. Two big changes today could drive up fuel costs down the line, even as prices are down compared to just a week ago. What you need to know the next time you fill your tank.
And new at 6, Caltrans grant money is headed our way. What it means for those who use bicycles to get around.